talk about too.
I just want to say, Pepe, I think I'm just going to propose this. You don't have to do it. Maybe if you did sell your body, it would fix people's lives. This might help a lot of people.
Sell my body to who?
I mean, not selling your body, like selling your time, like spending, like just being around them, just like being their friend and stuff. You could change people.
Thank you. I would say, like, the weird thing about me is that, like, because I didn't do this shit pandemic, but, like, on the politics Discord, they have, like, I don't know, like 100,000 people on there. But the thing is that they had a plug with all of the big YouTubers, and since I was popular on that app, I would meet all of it. What was really weird is I was like, I'm trying to think of how to put it. So if you ever look at a lot of the things that are being said today by people on social media, now that it's like way harder to get people's accounts clipped and deplatform people, I was saying that shit like 5 years ago. But like, for whatever reason, I was like the little Nazi that everybody liked. And it's really weird. And now, like, I had a spark in me. It was just like, oh, dude, I want to, like, it'd be so cool to be like, I don't know, have like a podcast or some shit. But like, looking back, over, especially a few years ago, I was like, dude, you're not advertiser friendly. Nobody would touch you with like a 10-foot pole.
I'd touch you.
And so you have a bunch of people like me who are not going to monetize it. And then so, like, I was on Twitter for the last couple of years, just like listening. I was participating at first when you had a lot of the large rooms with like Clubhouse people running them. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, these people, first of all, they say like way more extreme shit than I would ever say. And it's just like so amazing to hear people that have just heard about some of the concepts I heard about years ago, and they're so gung-ho about it, which I don't know that I can necessarily find it like offensive, because I was kind of, I guess, at that point at one time. But it's like, do I want to hear a bunch of people that are just like discovering shit and debate with them? Not really. And I'll say this also, like, I'm somebody who reveled in the chaos. I thought it was fun. Like, literally, my highlights on here were not making my rooms, but being put on the hot seat when I was like, what do they call it? Like headlining, where, I'm talking like 4 years ago, like people would bring me in their room, try to make me the content, and then I would be questioned by these people. And then, there's like, up to 1,000 people in the fucking rooms at a time. And what was funny is, like, to me, it was like a fight. But at the same time, it was, I don't know. It was just fun. And there's always like an upside to it. It's just like, okay, you guys are actually like advertising for me. I'm this horrible bastard that you're painting me out to be. And then, so like, that's why, like, wherever I went, I had a crowd. And like, the last couple of years, I just there's a burnout. Like, how many times do you want to talk about the same shit? Like, I just got sick of it. Like, I can talk about like the hype, how hypocritical Black people are and their shitty fucking false narratives. I can talk about a lot of shit. But it's not fun after you do it so many times. And so, like, here I am. I'm just, like, on this app. And, yeah, I just started going to other people's rooms. And one of the things that I thought was, like, really weird is that you got people that would suck my fucking dick. Suck my fucking dick. I'd be like, dude, they'd be like, oh, Pepe's in the room. And they'd be like, they'd invite me up on stage. Amazing. And And I'm talking about like the actual like big like content creators on here, not like the faggots that are on here still. The ones that would pull in several hundred people. And then I would see all of the people now that still like make rooms on here. They're all like, they were the dick suckers. They were the people who could not pull numbers. They could not get people in their rooms. And one of the interesting things that I noticed is just like how their attitudes changed towards me once I was not like one of these people anymore. And you know, I would say I was quote unquote Clubhouse famous, which means like being Clubhouse famous means you're like a fucking Z level famous person. A D-list celebrity like fucking Amber Rose, who would come to my rooms, would bring in way like more numbers than I could. Like, I'm still at the end of the fucking day, nobody. But because I would have these big rooms on here, and it was controversial, I got a whole bunch of dick suckers. And then once I stopped doing it, I saw how it just kind of like enlightened me when it comes to human nature, just like how fake so many of you like non-content creating people are. You just run your little faggot mouths and you'll kiss ass, but like you don't mean anything you say. Like you guys are not much better than the actual fucking cloud chasers. I mean, I just wish I could put like post this stuff that people would say, like what people would try to say to me like fucking 2 years ago versus now. It's pathetic. So many of you showed your ass. Like you guys are just, you're trying to win a popularity contest on a dying app. The only reason I'm on here is because I know the people on here. And I'm bored, and like I don't have a future in like this social media bullshit. But a lot of you faggots are still trying to like cling on to power for whatever fucking reason. I would just say this: if you couldn't hang, which I came here like maybe a year and a half after the Clubhouse first got started, and it's my understanding that in the very beginning, first of all, you had like legit fucking celebrities on here. You had people like I wasn't here when they were on here. But if you couldn't fucking hang with those people, like you aren't shit. And I never hung with those people. I've never been in the same space at the same time. But a lot of you people, you guys are trash. Absolute trash.
Total loser.
You know, someone just invited me to another chat room, and I was ignoring it, but I was just listening to you, and then you kind of were saying how all these people are trash. So I thought I would just go check out the other room I'm invited to, and no one else was in there. I only checked it for like 3 seconds, and they literally have your chat room recorded in the other room. Jaya Jones wants to talk.
That's
total loser, pathetic, has no life. That's the other room. And in that room, that's all it's just you talking.
So
that's it.
Okay, so let me. Holy shit! So I'll tell you what. Go on Twitter. Go on YouTube and look up John Kitover. His name is JonKittover.
You went a little fast before I even was at YouTube. Hold on, let me get to YouTube and then tell me. Hold on, I'm getting there. Okay, go ahead.
So JonKittover. I believe that's his name.
All right.
And if you can select the options, go to live for which videos you're gonna look for.
Oh, okay. Live Democrat Steve Appel skeletons in my closet.
He's basically filming like every fucking room on Clubhouse that he can. So he literally has like 50 phones. In his room is this guy from.
Oh wow, yeah, I see that.
So this guy has been doing this. He streams everybody's rooms. That's what he does. And he made, he's somebody who would like use my PTR, make rooms, copy my houses. He does this to a lot of people.
Yeah, that's so sad. That's pathetic.
But I mean, I don't dislike him. He's just who he is. Like I don't know how to.
But I mean, he's like just recording other people's content and then putting it out as his own.
And he calls us retards, and Pepe, you don't read books. You're a retarded, stupid piece of shit. He calls us. Sometimes, not always. He'll. I actually think he's funniest. That's when he says it's funniest. But
it's true. It's all true.
Yeah, I don't know. This is Edmund. This is what Edmund's known for doing. This all over the app.
It's kind of funny. Anyway, yeah, I thought I'd let you know that that's what I got invited to this other room. It's just your room being recorded.
Oh, it's not just mine. He's recording other rooms. I can promise you.
No, but I mean, within this app, that's what that one room is. But he's inviting people from. I don't know if he's inviting other people from this room, but yeah. Anyway, and then it's just listening to your voice.
I mean, it's like this stupid shit. So they made a big change to the app like a couple of years ago, where they wanted to make it less friendly to like podcaster people or influencers. And so I remember there was like a room where there was this black guy who said, like, why are you letting this nigga on stage? That's how he was referring to me. And it's like I was asking this guy, Herm, like, can I like repeat it? And I was like, why are you hating on everybody?
Nigga? This is
like he called me that word. And then I just basically said, why are you hating on me? Like calling myself the word. And then there's like 2 or 3 fucking responses at the same time. Like they both had like a couple hundred people in them. And it's just like, I thought that shit was funny. It's just like how are you outraged? But it's such like selective and petty outrage. But I'm not gonna lie, I thought the chaos and the drama was funny.
Yeah, it is funny. I actually, you know how you said you don't have anything to contribute? Well, you made me laugh a couple of times. You could possibly be a comedian.
Well, that's kind of like what I do the most. Is just like it's like the comedic bullshit, but like
to me, that's the
I don't know, like I don't see how you can monetize that. And like with me, it's just like there's like probably 10,000 times on this app where I said that the naughty hard R, i.e. nigger, and they're just gonna be like, oh my god, he said that. Like you just need to make him face the wall, shoot him. I'm just like that horrible person.
So if someone is civilly committed, and yet typically you can only practice 72 hours, but people are getting out within 24 hours, the majority of them. So what we want to do is let law enforcement come in and take them. They're a danger to themselves or others. Well, because without being adjudicated. So because they're
my first boxing coach is still a stand-up comedian. I don't know. You have to like. I know it's like a really hard grind to go through, and then, but it requires like a lot of like creative storytelling. Whereas like I'm just like a shit talker.
Well, it kind of starts off like
like when I was like a hole in the wall comedy show, like you want to make sure everybody is like wasted, right? You want to do like 2 minutes at a hole in the wall. You can start off like with improv or like a local comedy, place or something like that. Just get on the stage at like a hole in the wall bar or something. But it's like dry bar, right? You want to do dry bar too, because dry bar is more like you got to be funny without using a whole lot of profanity. Like, so dry bar comedy, it's kind of like you got to be really clever with your punchline. You just have somewhere just do like 2 minutes is a long 2 or 3 minutes is a long time to be on stage, bro. So yeah, man, just try it, bro. Give it a shot. I think you might have, you might find some traction and just get your feet wet.
I appreciate it. And for all of you people in the audience, I know my voice. I'm in my 40s and I sound a certain way. People like to say I sound like Kermit the Frog. They'd like to say I sound like a lot of stuff. Just my voice is different. Okay, I get it. Okay, God blessed me with these genes, and so you recognize my voice. So just follow me back. Okay, I see all of you faggots in the go. And there's 2 people on stage I haven't followed. Guys, just follow me back. There's no reason not to follow me back. Just saying. I'm not, and my voice. I'm not saying it's the sexiest voice, but it's who I am. Don't make fun of me.
No, but I think people are putting together their stand up right now for like Charlie Kirk's Killer. Like the guy had on some Converses jumping off of a building and with perfect surveillance. Like nobody who I know thinks that that's the real killer. Like it's like diversion after diversion, and I just think this guy. If you want to hit somebody from 500 yards away, it's like you got to be in the military. You have to have a lot of skill set to hit somebody from that far away. And so I don't think this guy that they captured is actually the real. Like if this guy can hit some, like come on, bro. Like we Congress.
I don't want you to do university tours. I don't know why. I don't want you to do that. Podcasts, I back podcasts. I'll help you with the podcast. The uni tours are interesting, but sorry, God, for interrupting.
But I would say this: hitting a chart. Here's the weird thing about this, though, is that it's like an XF-15 is the Bushmaster variant of the AR-15, and this is like when they were still making in mass production their the M4 carbines for the military during the global war on terror. But I remember like 200 yards away, like being able to just like standing and not really having to control much. Like I could, easy shots for me to make. Of course, I was like in my 20s at the time. Once again, I'm not somebody who's like ever in the military, had any kind of formal training. When it to be fair, there was a Marine that sighted in that rifle like before I did it, so that could have helped. But I didn't find it like that difficult. Like even the Marines, I believe they have to do shots out to like 500 meters.
Fake Republicans.
Which is like more than double the distance, and
Republicans,
I've never
Democrats.
really passed a couple 100 meters. I've never taken shots beyond that. I've never somebody who's been hunting. When it comes to being a sniper and trying to
expect the definition.
With a moving target, how far should you lead? Any of that shit. Like I have zero experience, but just like standing, in a sunny day with very little wind, which is very common in this part of Arizona, it was definitely not a hard shot.
So
If
here's
you
my
can't
question:
afford
how far away was the shot at Trump?
settle,
Was it closer or
will
was it farther away?
I believe it was like roughly
wages.
similar. It wasn't like 150
I have
to
the
200
link.
yards.
I have the link if he wants to see it, and then he could.
Yeah, like how far away was the shot?
Do you want to see the link?
How far away was the shot at Trump?
In clown world,
because
fake
with the
Republicans
shot-
call
roughly,
real
roughly the
Republicans.
same distance.
Democrats. You're so pathetic, Terry.
But
Expect
like I
the
said,
rival
I
lawsuit
was
to be
shooting
served
at a
on Friday.
silhouette,
If you can
and I
afford,
was
if you can afford to settle,
I was always aiming at the torso. Now, would I at 200 yards? Would I have? And of course, I'm not like under stress. I'm not like, hey, like you're about to get shot. Like once you take this shot at the president, and your life's about to.
in clown
end,
world, fake
basically.
Republicans
I
call
never
real
shot under
Republicans
that kind of pressure.
Democrats.
Or just even assassination.
You're
Like
so
I can
pathetic, Terry.
understand how
Expect the
like, it could
libel
fuck with you
lawsuit
and
to be
your
served
shooting
on Friday.
ability.
If you can't
I'm
can't
saying,
afford to
I
settle, I will garnish your
my
ex
mood
wages, place a
was
lien on
super
your
clear and
house.
calm. The weather was perfect, and I could do it. But I would even say, like when it comes to Trump, the fact that he hit his ear, it was like, in a way, like his shot was on target. You can't just
In
adjust
clown world,
for
fake
sudden
Republicans
movement
call
like that.
real Republicans Democrats.
And
You're so pathetic, Terry.
But
Expect the
even
libel
still, it's
lawsuit
just
to be
like
served
he
on
was
Friday.
shooting.
If you can't afford to settle,
I was shooting at the torso of a silhouette. I was not taking headshots at 200 yards, which is like it's quite a bit different.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying is like to hit his ear without it being blown off his face is a miracle, or it was fake. So there's two different scenarios. Either it was an absolute miracle that his ear wasn't blown off of his face, or it didn't happen. So because we're talking about
he was but the Butler, Pennsylvania shooter was using a 5.56, which is a varmint round. It's literally meant to kill like very, very small game.
In clown world, fake Republicans call real Republicans
the
Democrats.
United
You're
States
so
military
pathetic, Terry. Expect the
decided
libel
to use
lawsuit
the
to be served on
5.56 NATO
Friday.
round, which is very
Can't
similar
afford to
to
settle,
the
will
223.
garnish your ex
And
wages.
most AR-15s that are chambered in 5.56, they will shoot a 223 cartridge. The reason why they went with that round over the 308 is because they could end up carrying a whole lot more ammunition. And what the studies were showing at the time was that they basically what would dictate that you could win a firefight was the volume of fire. And so they ended up going with that round. But a 30-06 is something that can take out like a very large animal. It's a whole different fucking. That caliber is so different.
The deer rifle.
Yeah, it basically. If he got shot with the 223, it doesn't. It is kind of catastrophic when it comes to like if you get shot with one because it has a high velocity, yet it's a round that's not that big. But if you get hit with it, it tumbles and it causes a lot of carnage that way. As opposed to like a 308 or 30-06, which is likely to leave like a clean hole through you.
But I'm saying we can agree that Trump's ear should be at least missing. Like if his ear was missing. No, I'm just saying.
It just barely busted.
Yeah, but that's a miracle.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It's a miracle that he turned at the last second to point at something and didn't get the bullet that went through his
and that's my point, is that like that shooter in Butler was he was on target
real Republicans Democrats. You're so pathetic. Expect the libel lawsuit to be served on Friday.
If
Can't
he didn't
afford to
turn his
settle,
head
will
at the
garnish
last
your ex
second,
wages and
like
place a lien on your house.
he would have been fucked.
Yeah, if he wasn't boasting and bragging at that exact moment, he'd be dead right now. Wait, they clip your other account, Pepe?
I got clipped like 3 times today.
Oh, the Carlito one.
Yeah,
he just keeps coming back.
Oh.
Somebody in the comments said, y'all be easy and remember them feds watching.
Of course they are. If you're gonna say, if you're stupid enough to say like anything online that like you want to like target a group of individuals, or you're even like part of a group whose like explicit goal is to, I don't know, commit terrorism. Yeah, the feds are gonna like totally be all over.
Will not feed, it'll get jammed.
So you're largely correct. I mean,
I have both.
Still salty, but getting
yeah. So the average, almost all AR-15s from the last like 20, 30 years can shoot a .223. Whereas like an actual varmint rifle that the 5.56 has a larger they have a higher charge behind it, and the
fatter
casings are a little bit different. Yeah, exactly. They don't. You can't shoot a 5.56
received in a complimentary manner, or was there some sort of like deep-seated revolt that came from within his soul at what he was engaged in at this moment? I would normally never give him that credit, but bruh, come on now, dog. Come on, man. Bro, you look traumatized while you telling the story. I don't understand. Yeah, I had an amazing time on vacation. Yeah, we went skydiving. We went snorkeling, and the hotel was beautiful. Yeah, they treated us amazing. It was a good time. It was But by the way, this didn't just happen in a vacuum, if you're wondering why these two people were having a conversation at all. Oh no. Israel might be controlling your favorite influencer. Here's how you spot them. When Benjamin Netanyahu came to DC to meet with Trump, most of the attention was focused on their plans for Gaza. What completely flew under the radar is that Benjamin Netanyahu had another meeting where he met with a group of conservative influencers. The group included podcasters Tim Pool, Dave Rubin, and Sean Spicer, and writers Bethany Mandel, David Harris Jr., Jessica Krause, Seth Mandel, and Molly Hemingway. Some of the people on this list have several millions of followers, and they were meeting not just with Israel's head of state, but also his diplomatic advisor and the Israeli ambassador to the United States. There are no videos or direct quotes from the meeting because it was conducted under Chatham House rules, which is basically a rule set for meetings in elite circles where the people attending, especially journalists, meet on the basis that nothing said in the meeting can be directly attributed to any individual, and then you can only say what was generally talked about. Some of the topics covered include Iran and anti-Zionist sentiment online. While we don't know for sure everything that was discussed, it's hard to imagine that Netanyahu convened influencers for any other reason than to try to convince them to be propagandists for Israel. So, is there any evidence of Israel manipulating online spaces to change public opinion? Yes. In fact, it's a stated position of the Israeli Foreign Ministry. Just 3 days after October 7th, Israel launched an initiative to recruit social media influencers in the United States to defend Israel. A spokesperson said, fighting on social networks and influencing international public opinion is critical during wartime. The world must understand that Israel's struggle is one of light against darkness, a life-loving culture versus globally terrorists. And Israel actually has its own word for propaganda, which is Hezbollah, which translates to explain in Hebrew. In the weeks following October 7th, Israel already had a lot to explain. A number of American influencers got emails offering them $5,000 in brand sponsorships in exchange for doing a single live stream supporting Israel. But not just money, people are getting flued out. Israel to fund tour for MAGA and pro-Trump influencers, according to a Haaretz report, says Israel plans to fly 16 social media influencers who support Trump's MAGA and America First campaigns. The influencers each have hundreds of thousands to millions of followers. They'll be flown in to counter what the Israeli government sees as declining support for Israel among young Americans without citing any date. With the rise of the America First movement and MAGA in American politics, it's essential for Israel that the movement adopt a pro-Israel position. That was the report's quote from the senior deputy director of the Israeli Foreign Ministry's Department of Public Diplomacy. Well, look, Officer Tatum, my advice is to holler at Yaakov, because you're going to need some public diplomacy. You're going to need some public, they tear you up in these comments. Officer Tatum in a nutshell. Oh, not Krang. Don't bring Ninja Turtles into this. Wow, go be it. Wow. Go be it in somewhere else. The whole thing is a grift. It never stops cucking. Wow. Not the Django meme. How effing stupid and disgusting are you? How deep is wow. We was only spit on one time. Oh, it's not so fun when the rabbit got the gun, is it? Officer Tatum is peed after his Netanyahu interview backfired with a lot of negative comments and only 50K views on YouTube. He's firing off at everybody as willing to die on this hill for a random country in the Middle East. Can't wait for him to debate Myron Gaines. And when did Officer Tatum become obsessed with the Israel stuff? Literally never saw him talk about this stuff at all. Now my feed is filled with this nonsense every day. Doesn't seem or feel authentic. To which they put his sellout A on the payroll. Next, he'll be over there kissing the wall. Trying to recruit the room temperature IQ blacks. It's not. He's one of the influencers who got a paid trip there to go push their propaganda. He's bought and paid for Shabbos Goy, the house in of the modern day. I didn't see nothing. I said, hey, I let them fight. Let them get it out their system. They need to work that out. They need to work that out. Now, officers, officer.
I'll stop over there. So it's starting to get a wake-up call online. And if you, I don't think you're familiar with Tatum, Lisa, but that's the woman Infinity says he likes. So good.
They're very consistent with who they support, and their script. It's pretty amazing.
There's more, but I don't know if y'all getting bored with it. So
no, that was pretty good.
If you don't want to hear the rest of it, I'll play the rest of it.
No, again, like the Israeli government, this right-wing Israeli government is a tool for MAGA and white supremacy. And so that's why they don't really care about Israel. They certainly don't care about Muslims. And they certainly don't care about Jews. But if the right-wing Israeli government can serve their interests as MAGA and white supremacy, then of course they're going to jump on that train.
Let me put it back.
Tatum, you already told us how you feel about us. I mean, this same week you was up there on Capitol Hill doing your best Benny Johnson impersonation. Oh, please save us. Please bring your National Guard into our cities and please save us. Honored to be invited to the White House today. Thank you, Caroline Levitt, for taking my questions on two major issues, addressing mental health in relation to mass shootings, and two, tackling the violent crime crisis in Chicago. Now, rare is it that you just see somebody's worldview crystallize in a tweet, then you see it right there. Because certainly we have to have something to lean on when it comes to the mass shootings, right? That's where we start to get into all of the background the psychopathy and all of the factors that go into mass shooting. But not Chicago, though. That's just a bunch of ends. Come in, no, we don't need. I already know what their brain looks like. I'm a police officer. I already know. I think Officer Taylor, did they spit on you? Did they spit on you in Chicago? Is that why you out here sounding like this?
With that, I'll take questions. Here on our new media seat today, we have social media influencer and content creator Brandon Tatum. Brandon, thank you so much for joining us today. Why don't you kick us off?
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. On behalf of everybody that follow me, the millions of people that follow me, I want to say thank you for making a sacrifice and dealing with some of the most disingenuous people on planet Earth at times. I have two questions. The first question is associated with the shooting that occurred the other day. And I want to ask the question of, we know that it's not a gun thing. Any rational person knows it's not a gun thing. We know it's a mental health issue. So I want to know from you, what is President Trump and the White House going to do to address mental health issues around the country associated with these shootings? And the second thing is Chicago. You know, anybody with a connected brainstem knows that Chicago's crime is out of control. And young black men are getting killed, laying dead in the middle of the streets every single day in Chicago. No president has addressed any of these issues.